Hi, welcome to my channel. I come back. I'm Kim Magical. I haven't been on for a bit. I've been watching all the trials, taking lots of notes, know lots of information. But right now, I just want to kind of go over Delphi really quick and then give you the updates on that. And then I'll come back because I've been doing the Gannon Stouch. I've been watching that trial with Letitia, the stepmother who killed the little boy, 11-year-old. And we'll talk about that. And then, of course, there's Lori Vallow, and I'm going to go into all that, taking lots and lots of notes on that. And then I've been covering the Idaho 4 since it happened. And I'm just going to do that one too. I'm going to make separate videos, though, breaking down and go over it, and then go over the newest information I've got on it. And then, let's see, am I forgetting anything? So I'm going to go over those cases with the facts. And then I will put, intuitive what I've got on those cases as I followed them through the years. And like Delphi, because I live in Indiana. I live in a small town like Delphi. So I've covered it since it broke, because it kind of touched all of us. And it's touched everybody all over the world. But if you don't know about that, that's about two young ladies, Liberty German, and she was 14 at the time, and Abigail Williams, she was 13 at the time. And this happened on February 13th, 2017. Yeah, that's right, 2017. They got dropped off on the Monon High Bridge trail, I should say, not bridge, trail, by Liberty's sister. And then they went missing when their father went to pick them up. They couldn't be found. And of course, the search and all that took place. And then on February 14th, the next day, they found the girls, and they'd been murdered. So and I have done prior videos on Delphi, so if you go back, you can, lots of them I've done, and lots of information in those. And this went 5 years until Richard Allen was arrested. It was just, in the last, oh gosh, I've got so many things in my head. Anyways, I went to it, and you can go back and do my video. I actually went to the Monon High Bridge. I went exactly a week before Richard Allen was arrested. And it was very surreal. It's a beautiful, beautiful trail. And I plan on going back because they have now put flooring on the train tracks. That and if anybody has watched this, that's where the girls that took the video of the bridge guy and got the little recording of him saying down the hill. And I want to say that Richard Allen, he kind of put himself in the investigation right off the go, because when it first happened, he actually went up to a conservation officer and said he was there. He was on the bridge that day, and he didn't see the girls. Well, he was seen by another lady that was there, and there were some other young kids that had seen this man that is the one on the bridge that we've all seen, saw him. And he lives, I think it's like 2 miles away from the trails and the bridge, Monument High Bridge, and it's in Delphi, Indiana. And it really it's a very small town, so it was really shocking when it all happened. But it went 5 years. And like I said, I remember being there the week before, and I took video of it, of the trail and on the bridge, and I did some pictures, and it's out in one of my videos. It's actually very beautiful, very beautiful. And I remember, I'm really afraid of heights, but I walked out on the bridge to the first platform, and I remember standing there, and I was just looking down, because I was trying to, I was kind of putting myself, whoever had done this to the girls, what they saw standing there, and it was kind of surreal just seeing that and looking down at the water, and then we took some pictures, and we went to around after we got done on the trails, and we went to the cemetery. Now, obviously the girls, they went over the bridge, and they were on the other side, and that's where he got them and told them to go down the hill. And they crossed water. I can tell you what I got intuitive when I was working on that case. And it was a rough one. It was really rough. But anyways, they went down that way, and then they crossed over. Now, if you go around to the cemetery, I drove around to the cemetery, and for some reason, I was drawn to the back of the cemetery. And there was, if you're facing the back of the cemetery to the left, there's like this gate, a long gate. And I was just drawn there. I didn't know why. I wanted to go up to the gate, which I did. I wanted to go over the gate, actually. I just kept getting drawn back into an area. So I didn't know this at the time, but later I learned that the crime scene was actually, if you'd gone over that gate, back in the woods, off to the left a little, that's where the crime scene was. I was drawn to it very much. I really didn't want to see, because I'd seen things intuitive about it. I didn't want to really see that, but I wanted to pick up on the killer. I just wanted to, see if I got anything on that. And I've always got there was more than one person, and I still lean to that. I think when the trial starts, that will come out, and we'll know more about that. But let me look and see if now, he was arrested, and he was put in, obviously, they took him to a different facility, on a military base, and he's been there, and it has came out that, let's see, where is it? They went back to court. They picked a jury, of course, and they're going outside of Delphi because it's touched many people. Richard Allen actually worked for the CVS in Delphi. In fact, he worked as a helper in the pharmacy, like an assistant. But he also handled when people brought in their film to be developed. And it did come out that he had actually developed pictures for the family. And when they came in to pick it up, he said, "Here, no charge." So that is kind of creepy to think, because that was at their funeral. And so it's kind of weird. But it makes you wonder, was he watching? Had he seen the girls? I believe one of them was picked out, and he was after a certain one. And all this is allegedly, and for entertainment purposes, I have to say that. And what really tied him into it is, at the crime scene, in between the girls' bodies, they found a spent bullet shell casing. And they later, when they went in and searched his house, they found that gun, and it matched. It was, and I believe this is what did happen. He did. I don't know if he took the gun out and he used it to get them to do what he wanted them to do, but I think somehow the gun had jammed or whatever, and he cooked it back and it sent the shell out. But the girls weren't shot. I'm just going to let it go with that. And some of their things were found in the creek. And like I said, they searched late into the night. The police did call off the search that night. Said it was too dangerous. Of course, family members and others did stay, and they were on, three-wheelers and things like that. And I want to make this short, so I don't want to go over things that I've gone over in my video, but I've gone over a lot more detail with when it first happened and intuitive things. And let me see, am I forgetting anything? I know he just did go back to court. Okay. He was arrested on October 28th this year, October, wait a minute, that can't be right. October 28th, 2023. Okay, that's it, okay. They have since, like I said, they've been keeping him separate. His lawyers have made an emergency hearing with the judge. They did it in the judge's chambers, and Richard Allen has his health, his physical and mental health has deteriorated a lot, and I'll put it. Well, you'll see my cover picture; it will be on there. But so the judge, they went to the judge and they said that they compare it to a prisoner of war, the way he's being treated. Now he's in a cage, pretty much. No smaller than what he would be in his cell. They said that they had just a mat laid on the floor that he slept on. And a lot of people have spoke out that was awful, that was very harsh. And then others have the opinion that hey, you did what you did. And that is no different than you being in a prison cell. Um, and I think a lot of that mental breakdown that he's going through and the physicalness, his life, if he's convicted of this, his life's, it's done. He's not going to get out. Um, you know, we don't know if the death penalty will be in play on this. But, I'm sure that it has been very, but, when you do bad things in the world, you're accountable for those things. So, I mean, he's not beaten and, he is isolated. This is true, but he could not be with other prisoners. He has to be protected because there's a lot of people that will take him out. So, but the judge has granted this for him to be moved. Where, I don't know. And when I do, I will let you know. And I'm sure he's had to sit there and with his thoughts and face reality of what's to come. And that, so I don't know. I try to keep my opinion out, but I mean, it's kind of hard not to. I think a lot of people, when they're faced with that and put in jail and facing charges like he is, they are going to go down mentally, deteriorate, and physically. He's not being starved. He's fed. I mean, um, I don't know. They have said that his family can't see him as often as they want because he's so far from them. He has a wife, daughter. She's an adult. I believe she's married. We won't go into a lot of detail on them. Obviously, they're going through shock themselves on all this. I personally, he is kind of creepy. You do kind of get that feeling, and you go back, and he did have an alcohol problem, a serious one. And in fact, after the killings happened, he admitted himself into a facility for that. He had some kind of breakdown. So we wonder. And then we have Keegan Kline, who was arrested and has pleaded guilty to many, many counts of child pornography. He actually, and that's a whole nother video, because what am I at? Almost 20 minutes. Because I don't want to go crazy over this. I'll talk more on Keegan Kline because there's a whole lot of that. Now, my opinion, and what I feel, I still say Keegan Kline, there's things perhaps that will come out, and he could very possibly be involved in this. He was stalking girls on social media, and this is very big. He had talked to the girls also, and he was going under a profile of Anthony Shots and posting pictures of this person who was now a police officer. He was a model back then at the time. Very good looking young man. And so the girls thought they were talking to him. In reality, they were talking to Keegan Kline. And Keegan Kline, it was uncovered, he had done this to a lot of girls. They portraying to be this young person, and then he gets the girls to, before you know it, they're sending pictures inappropriate. And it's just a mess. And there's a lot of this going on in the world. So, but anyways, I'm going to end it up on that because I don't want it to go crazy over. But like I said, I've got eons of things to go over. I just want to kind of caught up kind of a little bit on this. Like I said, go back, see my other videos because I've covered it. And we'll come back and, go into the trials that are going on right now. And we have, we'll be following the Richard Allen trial when that comes. And I am going to go. I do plan on going. I do want to go. I don't know how many times I'll go, but I would like to go and be in court for some of it because I followed it so much and I've been there. And I plan on going back to Delphi and doing a video of the new train trestles since they've put a floor in and railing up. It is safe and you can walk up. They went over the bridge halfway. They didn't take it over to the very end. And probably a lot of people would, if you would have went over there and tried to go down the hill and, and all that. And I think they want to let that rest and let that go and not people attracted to that. We just want justice for Libby and Abby, and it's coming very soon. So, guys, this is it. I'll get back with you. It's hotter than hell here in Indiana. We went from last week, it was so cold, you're wearing your winter stuff, and then boom, now we got 80-degree weather. So it's like up and down, so it's crazy. And I got crazy, and summer's coming, and I let my hair go. So, guys, I'll let you guys go, and I'll get back to you, and I miss you all. I think of you, and I'm always sending love and light to you. Bye-bye, guys. I'll talk to you later. And please, if you like this video, please like it, and if you haven't subscribed, I hope you do, and I look forward to talking with you all. Bye-bye, guys.